Okay, so let's move to the next question. So explain me what memoization is. Sure, I know about memoization. So memoization is a concept in which we store our computed result in a cache so that we don't have to recompute the same result again and again. So let's say we have a function adding a number. So if we are passing the same arguments to that function, we don't want to recompute the result again and again. Instead, we will compute the result first time and we will store the result in our cache, so that if next time the same arguments are passed, we will, instead of decomputing the result, we will pass the result from our cache. So it will help our app to perform better and quickly return the result. Nice. So can you implement one example for this also? Yeah, sure. So the example I have explained, just I will implement the same. So let's see here. So first of all, I have to create a function that I have to memoize. So I will create a function adding the numbers. Okay, this will take numbers as an argument. So here we can pass any number of arguments. So I am using spread operator. Okay, so we know that if we pass our arguments in this type using spread operator, we receive this as an array. So numbers will be array in this case. So I will use reduce function here to calculate the sum of all the numbers. So it will take two arguments. One is accumulator and second will be the current value. Okay, and the initial value will be 0. Here I will return accumulator plus number of current. So this function basically return adding the numbers. Now I will create a memoize function. Okay, so how this memoize function will be used? Let's say we will create another constant memoize function or memoize value. Okay, so we will call this function here and we will pass our this function in this, because this function we have to memoize. So memoize function basically receive a function. Okay, and when we pass this memoize value will have a function. That means this memoize will return a function. So if this will return a function, we will create a function here that will be returned. So so now we will basically call this function memoize value. Okay, also we will have this function in console.log so that we can see the result here. Now let's say I am passing 1, 2, 3. So I want to pass this argument. So as this argument is passed in this, so this will be received here. Also, as there can be any number of arguments, so here also I am using my spread operators. Okay, so now, so first of all let me create a object that will work as a cache for us. Okay, now we have passed arguments here. So first of all we have to create our key that will be used to refer our cache to return the result again if we are passing the same arguments. So here we will use json.stringify, because stringify value are easy to store in our object. json.stringify, and we will pass arguments. Now we will check if this particular key is already stored in our cache. So if key in cache, if we already have this value in our cache, so first of all let me console.log a message returning from cache. Okay, I will simply return the value from our cache as we have found the value in our cache object. So this is our implementation of this. Now if I am not able to find the value in our cache, then I will basically console.log again and change the message recomputing the result. Okay, so how I will recompute the result. So we have this function here. We will create one variable named as result, and we have to call that function. So here we can see that we have argument as an array. So there is a way to call a function in which we can pass our argument as an array. So that way is function.apply. This basically take two arguments. One is two parameter basically. One is this, that is a context, and second one is argument as an array. Okay, now the result is computed. We will basically store this result in our cache. Cache.key is equal to result, so that it can be returned next time if that same arguments are used. Also I will return this result. Okay, so now the implementation is completed. So let's say I am calling this function again and again 2-3 times. Okay, I will save this and we can see the result here. So first time it is recomputing the, or instead of recomputing, let us say computing the result. Okay, clear console and save again. Okay, so first time we can see that computing the result. So it is computing, as we are not able to find the result in our cache first time. Now second time, as the result was stored in our cache, the result is returned from our cache. So returning from cache. Third time also returning from cache. So this is how our memoization function is implemented.